The California Gold Rush. Westward expansion reflected our founding ideals because the settlers showed dedication and perseverance, especially to the long journey to California and the hard days in the mine, but we felt this was only to a certain extent because some colonists and settlers acted very brutally towards Indians and others.
The gold rush starts with the discovery of gold in the American River in Sutter's Mill, California in 1848. People came from nationwide to get their hands on some gold. In 1896, California became very popular. This is one of the most significant events that jump-started westward expansion at the time. A miner working on the river once said, "My average income this winter will be $150 a day. This is about $5,000 today." In one instance, 57 people dug up 273 pounds of gold in total over 2 months. The California Gold Rush can be considered one of the most important events in the history of the United States.
Soon after gold was discovered, hundreds of thousands of miners came to California, including the 49ers. Settlers on the American River were making $30,000 to $50,000 per day in total. That is $900,000 to $1,500,000 today. This was not good for miners. They were losing work, and most miners ended up unlucky and finding little to no gold. This is because too many people mined in the same place and settled in the same place. California was deemed a free state, but settlers were still allowed to claim Native Americans. Although the Civil War was not the only effect from the gold rush, anger from the Indians may have played a small part. The colonists treated Indians horribly, and after the Indian Removal Act and constant mistreatment Indians received, the federal versus state authorities started having issues.
Cities began to grow in population rapidly, and California was granted statehood in 1850. Two-thirds of the population of Oregon left to California in search of gold. People worldwide from places such as Hawaii, Peru, China, Mexico, and Chile came in search of gold. Many miners and entrepreneurs came to the West in search of gold, including such groups as the 49ers. Cities including San Francisco and Sacramento supplied the miners with what they needed.
The gold rush impacted Native Americans of the area much more than it impacted the settlers. 120,000 Indians were killed by them. About 150,000 Indians lived in California before the settlers arrived, but by 1870, fewer than 30,000 remained. It is considered the worst slaughter of Indian people in U.S. history. During the rush, the Indians feared the miners and hid from them often. The Indian Removal Act also caused many issues.